comedy venture. He's driving around the country. Him and a couple of buddies just telling jokes. Oh, sometimes funny things happen, and that's why I do this show. Amy asked me lots of questions, but mostly if I got laid. Biggie's Comedy Venture. It's Biggie's Comedy Venture. Biggie's Comedy Venture. Biggie's Comedy Venture. How ridiculous. I always tell Amy the funniest thing about that is to me is that, like, it's just a 30-second jingle that I did think was needed, even though Ryan Fiorini hates it, but whatever. But like,
Ryan hates everything.
I know.
I guarantee there's more people that have said to me they love that song and it gets stuck in their head and they'll walk around.
Oh, I
singing
agree. I
it
just
all
like the
day.
Book does.
Yeah, for sure.
I just like to point it out because he's a doctor. But no, but like in there, the lyrics are like the idea that I'm driving around the country and the only reason for the show is that sometimes funny things might happen.
And you might
And so then I might as well
possibly
start
get
talking
laid.
about it or something. I don't know. It's funny to me. So this week of Biggie Comedy Venture, I didn't wear them because I'm theme dressing, but my shirt finally came in.
Oh, let's see it.
For
It matches my bruise outfit
does,
that I'm wearing.
yeah.
That I have on.
So this is
That's
oh,
excellent.
I love that.
purple, of course.
Very
You know,
cool.
This is the Tyler drew this, but it's so if you're not watching, it's the logo that I have on my iTunes and Spotify
Love
and
it.
Facebook.
That's great.
That turned out really good.
Purple shirt. So the deal is, and it's Tees by Tree. These guys have been awesome. They've been helping me make them, and they're not charging me anything other than just the cost of the shirt.
Nice.
Or whatever. So, and they're going to ship them for me too, which is kind of nice.
Spell Tees by Tree.
I mean, I have it right here, luckily. But you're
Spell it.
T''S by Tree, like a tree.
Okay.
So yeah. So what I'm going to do is
Is it by? B-I?
B-Y.
B-Y? B-Y-E?
BY, sorry.
B-I.
Sorry. T''S B-Y Tree. Tees by Tree. What was that? But anyway,
Can
so
you do an apostrophe in a website?
I feel like there is no apostrophe in the
yeah,
website.
but I mean, that's a good point, probably.
It's T-S.
T''S
B-Y.
B-Y
T-R-E-E.
T-R-E.
.com.
There
And
you
then
go.
that's where you can buy them?
Sure.
Okay.
No, not these shirts. Sorry. No, God, no. I'm just giving her a plug because she's
Oh,
doing a lot of free
gotcha.
fucking work for me.
Oh, okay.
I see. I
Like,
see.
they're-
Okay.
they're
So
doing
how
all-
does one order one of these?
So I just contact me.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 10. And my buddy Alabama Joey that I mentioned last week is doing the koozies, pink koozies with like the logo that my sister had in the hat. I'm not wearing it
Nice.
because I'm theme dressing for the Pistons teal today. But
Why theme dressing for the Pistons?
they're wearing teal.
That's their
the teal is
teal.
back today.
Oh,
okay.
The teal is back for like
always
6.
hated the teal, so great. That's awesome.
I
like the teal.
I liked it right at the
you?
beginning.
Yeah.
Then I hated it
It's
for a
very
while.
90s.
Very,
Yes.
definitely.
Very
90s.
90s.
Hated it.
Yeah.
I liked it right at the beginning because I was a kid. And then as it got on, I wanted the red, white, and blue back.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're
I like
throwbacks.
it. Yeah, it's a good like once in a while.
When I wore my Joe Dumars, because I have several Joe Dumars jerseys, but the one nicest one I have of his, where it's like legit,
actual
real
jersey?
stitching and all that stuff, is the teal. And when I wore it to that music festival in Miami, I had so many people be like, that they liked it.
Oh, really?
It got this big just like everything gets
Yeah.
these resurgences.
Well, the 90s are back in, so.
I love throwbacks, except the Pistons.
I get it. I get it.
love throwbacks.
I'm gonna take my mom to for her birthday to one of the games that they have because bring in the court. They're having the teal court for like 6 games too. And she
Gotcha.
took me to the very first home opener with the teal. So I thought it'd be a fun
That'll be
present. I
fun.
guess I don't know. But Alabama Joey he has koozies. And they're pink. Those ones are pink, and they have the logo that's usually on my hat.
Yep.
And so what I'm doing is a shirt for $25, the koozies for $10, $30 for both, and I'm only doing like 10 of them because I mean I don't know how many people, you know. I get it. This is kind of a one-off thing, but it really helps me on the road.
Yeah, it's a limited edition.
Limited edition, you know, budget on the road is pretty tight. I'm already starting to be in a situation where I really want to. It's annoying with these open mics because I want to do Maine, but like how they work with these open mic schedules is like you can either, you know, do something and not get to drive around, or you have to take a whole other week essentially because there's like an open mic in Vermont Burlington, Vermont or something. And it's only on Wednesdays. There's nothing else in Vermont that I can find. So it's like, it's annoying in a way because like if I don't want to just go right to Vermont and not get to drive around Maine, I either get to drive around Maine for a week or not. And I want to do that, but that costs a lot of extra money, 7 extra days on the road.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what helps me out. So there we go.
All righty.
Excellent.
This has nothing to do with the. And by the way, Mike Walters here, of course.
you, buddy. Thank
from
you.
you might know him from TDC.
I'm wearing my headphones like this. I have a meeting and I have to leave for like
Oh,
an
you don't want
hour.
to mess your hair up.
Yeah,
hair?
and dude, getting hat hair, it's like
Yeah.
afterwards you try to fix it and it's just never the same.
I
And
know.
so it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna wear headphones like this, so I try not to screw up my
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
so I can look mildly presentable.
Well, you look very nice.
Thank you. So do you.
Yeah, I don't,
Kind of a
but I
grimace look
appreciate
you're going
that.
for.
Yeah.
It looks very comfortable.
I was telling Biggie that one of my favorite movies growing up was Drop Dead Fred. And
Who's in that?
he asked
asked
me
her
the
the
same
same.
thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, nobody of note, but it's just like one of those childhood movies that I just watched all the time. And
Why
so,
was I thinking like Tom Green or something? That's,
No, he's not in
It's
it.
Freddie Got Fingered?
Yeah, I
Is that
think
what
so.
he's-
I think so. But there's this line in the
This
movie.
is the cast. I was looking at it.
Oh, Phoebe Cates. Yeah.
But see, even that,
Carrie
like, you
Fisher,
guys,
Tim Matheson.
no one there to me rings
Yeah,
a
see,
bell.
I said nobody of note. I mean, it's just
Carrie
kind of
Fisher.
a.
Oh, Carrie
Princess
Fisher.
Leia,
Yeah. Oh, wow, she did something other than Star Wars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she was Janie with the houseboat. But anyway, Fred tells Phoebe Cates at one point when she wears a dress like this color, he walks in and he goes, "You look like a big bruise." And so that's just what when I put this outfit
you
on, I
feel
was
like a
like, I
bruise?
look like a big bruise. Yeah.
It kind of reminds.
I love sweatshirts like that with the thumb holes.
Oh, they're the best.
They're the best.
They're the best.
I need to get one of those.
the TDC
Lulu.
ones have it.
Well, yours did.
Oh, they're
those
not-
were not all of them.
I got a special one.
Yeah,
Thanks.
because they were just like sampling stuff.
Gotcha.
And so some of them have the TDC
like those-
podcast
yeah,
logo
these
on the
are-
back and the front.
Gotcha.
Some- yeah. So
Dang, I got. Well, that's
got
cool.
lucky.
I like them. I agree. They're
Yeah.
They're
awesome.
awesome.
yeah.
Was it to me? I made another Seinfeld reference. Jay would hate me making several TV references, but to me, it reminds me of George when he wanted the all velvet.
Yeah.
He just wanted to because it's
Draped in velvet.
right. But it's because like I wear sweatpants and hoodies a lot, but yours are very matching. Like it looks like you're almost wearing one solid thing. Anyways,
Can you just, what does
Yeah,
it
go
say
ahead.
when it says, is Drop Dead Fred about mental health? I'm curious.
I love some
I
of
bet
these
it says
Googles.
yes.
I'm sure.
About
Everything
an
was,
imaginary
right?
friend, which turns out to be a woman's mental breakdown after years and years. I knew it.
Emotional.
Well, they all. I think that's.
That's
Does it
not,
hold up?
That's,
Does the movie hold up?
it holds up to me just because
Yeah.
but I would venture to say somebody watching it for the first time, no, it
Yeah.
probably does not hold up.
I like watching movies from the 90s and before, even if I don't only because I like seeing how they have to call people like romantic comedies from the 80s.
Yeah.
And you actually see how they had to call someone on the phone. And I don't know, I
also like to see like how they portrayed the future back
God,
then,
yes.
like, and how off they were about what shit was actually going to be like.
For sure. No, for sure. So, by the way, for whatever reason, whatever it's worth this episode, I just have these bullet points.
Okay,
guys.
bullet
So
points.
these are
Hit me
some
with the
things.
first
All right, Jake Chris Newberg style.
Yep.
Right. I just have these things that I figured I'd hit, and we'll see how long that lasts, and we'll go
The
from
rest
there.
will be quick fire.
One of them has nothing to
Rapid
do with
fire.
comedy
Rapid fire.
or anything that I'm doing, but I'm going to the Michigan game tomorrow.
Ooh,
Are you?
Nice.
Yeah, I am with my dad. It's kind of an early Christmas present. My dad's retired now, so he's just
Hell yeah.
putzing around. And my mom kind of offered, like, well, I'll get it to him as an early Christmas present. Originally, I was going to take him to Billy Joel at Comerica Park, but my mom had got hurt in the leg, so she couldn't walk, and it was just a weird thing.
So is it just you and your dad, or you and your dad?
It
Your
is
mom?
just my dad and my dad and me going to the
Okay.
game. But I wrote out that they're having a blue out,
They are.
which I fucking hate.
Don't
Why?
be that asshole that I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
will
able
wear
to
blue.
see and
No,
be
I'll
like,
wear
look
blue.
at him, didn't follow
I'll wear
the
blue.
directions.
I think the blue out, and so this is what I want to ask. I can ask both of you this. I asked this to Dan, and I said I hated there was a blue out because I don't think most people that wear Michigan stuff, they have maize. I think yellow, but maize is what most people
Didn't they do
wear.
a maze out like a week
They
ago?
usually do. I don't know why they say.
I think the maze out is more effective.
It's definitely more
because it's
effective.
Shows
brighter
better.
and stuff. You know,
It seems like
just
it's a
gonna-
blue out anyway.
Yeah.
Like most people are already
I feel
wearing
like
blue.
blue
that's
is
what
the
he
more
says.
popular
I
color.
don't agree with that. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like when
think blue's the more
you
popular.
do?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's what
think
he
someone
said.
would. have to be like, oh, I have to go get something Maze to wear.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said, and I told him I didn't agree with that because when I go, maybe it's just because Maze pops more. So when I'm watching,
Well, they don't wear yellow jerseys, so most people that wear jerseys are wearing blue or white. And
Yeah.
blue is
I
their
don't know
home
why.
jersey.
I wish they would do like a whiteout. That would look sweet there.
That
yeah,
would
but
look
that's
too-
Penn State's thing.
I know that Penn State. That just looks crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
I,
they go
like
all out.
I know that the atmosphere tomorrow will be awesome. I was at the first night game at Michigan Stadium against
were
Notre
we.
Dame, which
I
was
had
the
to leave
most
early.
insane game.
I would like
ever.
to say, by the way, I would like to contend. I'm not saying I didn't talk you out of the game. I'm
Oh,
not saying
you
that.
did though.
But
I took Eric to
They
the
were-
game.
Why?
Well, we were partying at Drew's house. Drew and Matt Riley own
Yeah.
the little house.
Yep.
And so we were partying there, and it was like, I hate going to the games.
I know.
I'd much rather go home, watch
Same.
them on TV.
I'm
which
the
is already
same way.
point one of my defense.
Well, hold on. So I love going. I would go do the broadcast with Drew and Mark, or just Mark, whatever, and then I would hightail it home.
Yeah.
And I'd be recording the game anyways. And I like the announcers. I like the
Yeah.
replays. I like all
Same.
that stuff. And being in the crowd, I don't like
people
being able
enough.
to pause the game and go take
Yeah.
a piss, whatever.
Right.
And so
And you're so crammed in there. It's an uncomfortable
exactly.
stadium.
It
to
is,
begin
and they're
with.
bench seating.
Yeah, it sucks.
And so I had tickets to it, and it was like Eric was new to the scene. It was like, Eric, you want to go to the game?
man.
He's like, fuck yeah, hell yeah. And so I took him, and he didn't shut the fuck up the whole
I
time.
agree with that.
Making the experience that much worse because I want to pay attention to the game.
Right.
And he's just chirping. So at halftime, I was like, I'm out. I'm fucking
good for
out.
me.
Enjoy. And then it turned out to be like the greatest game in the
greatest
history of
game
Michigan
ever.
football.
I
Yes.
agree.
And I left at halftime, and he sat there by himself and loved it.
I agree that I was loud and obnoxious. I got a little drunk. I get a little talkative. I don't think you know. What's
I know.
funny is
I've been around you
We had not
before.
really hung out outside of the show. I don't think
No,
until that
no.
That
point.
was
And here
your
I am,
first
Yeah.
experience. Real.
drunk,
Not really first experience, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
drunk
like
and
hang out.
excited.
Yeah.
And,
Well, in his defense, I'm looking for any reason to get the fuck
That
out of
was
it.
where I'm going with
don't,
that.
I don't really want to be there, but it was the first night game.
Yeah.
It was a maze
Well,
out, I think, that
Yep,
game too.
It was.
here's the reason, though. I also, in my defense, I don't feel as bad about it. Is because one, you just said that you didn't like. Normally, you didn't even go. You
Yeah.
didn't like say. And they were. It was a terrible game until
Yes,
the
it
fourth
was.
quarter.
Yes, it was.
They
Oh,
were
yeah.
getting their asses. They were down like 3
Yes.
touchdowns.
Who was the quarterback? Was it
Denard.
Denard Robinson?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my point is,
Who had a
I
fourth
would.
quarter? Yeah.
Yes.
If there was a jury of my peers here,
Roundtree.
one of my biggest
Mm-hmm.
defenses, in my case, would be is that you weren't going to go stay anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
if I had not,
but
done
if that had been Drew and I would have stayed.
well,
If that had been Mark and I would have stayed.
Right.
If that had been Clark and I would have stayed. It was me and Eric, and it was like, all right.
We went with.
This is
fair.
already, I'm looking for a reason to get out
Yeah.
of here. He's giving me all the ammo I need.
I
we
wish
went
I
with
could-
two
No
friends.
offense.
no, I agree. I get it.
We went with two friends, and she got wasted before because it was a night game, so everybody got shit faced. And so she got so sick that he had to take her back to the car, but they had to wait for us because
Yeah.
we drove together. So they're passed out in the car, and Rocky and I get back, and we're just fucking jacked. Like, we can't stop talking about it because
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
I can't believe what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Like,
Right in
you're
front of me.
up and down. Like, a guy behind us had a heart attack. Literally.
Really?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. He was a Notre Dame fan. They had to bring in like an ambulance because he had a heart attack. And so,
Did he make it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Holy shit, a heart attack.
Yeah,
I can
that's
see it though.
It was so crazy.
I
It
could
was
understand
so
it.
intense. Like, you're up, you're down, and Rocky and I just couldn't stop talking about it. And they had no. I mean, they just
Yeah.
weren't there. And
Yeah.
we're like, we're really sorry that we keep talking about this the whole way home. But holy shit.
Well,
that
that's their own fault in that situation, I suppose.
Well, I know we're doing the DFAST show tomorrow, special edition, the Dumpster Fire Abortion
Yes,
Shit Show
yes,
with Greg
yes.
Henson. And T-Roy's going to be out of town. And so Eric's coming over, I believe, in the
yeah,
afternoon.
yeah. Ooh,
And-
I hope the time is early. I'm kind
well,
of hoping it's
he's-
earlier.
He's in town to go to the game.
I know.
He's taking,
Oh,
I think
well,
he's
he's
taking
gotta
one of
go
his
anyway.
kids. Or
well,
both
but
his kids.
he's probably not going to go as early as I would go. I'm just going. Well,
Well,
think he'll be fine.
I'll text him later
Yeah.
and figure out what time. But I was thinking late morning, early afternoon.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
He's going to want to get, ready and go to
Right,
the game
right.
early too. So, for those that give a shit, we will do a show tomorrow about some of this. So maybe you can hang with Greg a little bit with your dad. I know you're a fan.
well, yeah, for sure. I mean, at this point, I know my original plan, of course, is to go to Dan's because Dan
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
does it
yeah.
up
For sure. Are you going to go
by?
by Drew's?
I don't know. You know what?
You don't feel comfortable?
I
Mike,
went.
he didn't even want to come upstairs and get you. He felt uncomfortable.
Why?
So, like, he's not going to go to
I
Drew's.
went last year with Shubs.
Oh, and you saw Mark,
I
didn't you?
did see Mark and stuff.
Was Drew there?
No, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was one of he hadn't missed a game in forever or something, but for whatever reason, he missed that one.
Yeah.
Which seems odd because it was a September 11th night game. I don't know why he would pick that game
Yeah.
to break, the miss, but
He just said on his last podcast that he's not into night games.
really,
So I don't
okay.
know, maybe he won't be to that
Well,
either.
I could see that. I mean, it's been, yeah, I told
It's
Mike.
Michigan State, though. That's a good one. to
I
go
know,
to,
but I've-
especially a night game at the big house. That'll be fun.
I've told Mike about this. I get this now. I mean, I still get really, really excited because I haven't gone to as many things. But after a while, dude, you go to so many events. How many
I
can you
know,
go
that's
to?
just it.
I
And like
mean-
when you haven't,
And you're always.
and I think like me, you, and Drew to some extent, like we are introverts in that like we don't
Yeah.
love to be out around people.
Exactly.
You know, like we'll
Exactly.
do it and we're good at it when we're there, but we
Yep.
prefer to be at home. And
Yeah.
so like to
Yeah.
me, being in a cramped space with 100,000 people, not being able to even see what's happening, not seeing any replays, like
Yeah.
to me that doesn't seem enjoyable. I'd rather watch it on my 60-inch high-def TV
Yeah.
with no one else. I can
Yep.
smoke and, just
Exactly.
whatever.
And there's always someone around you that's too obnoxious, too
Yeah.
drunk, too
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, ugh, I just can't stand
I mean,
it.
it's the
and
atmosphere
I've been to so
is
many
well,
events,
that's just it
so
too.
many
and
events.
you get
that it's like,
snobby about
100%,
seats and
yes.
access, and it's like
I feel bad about that. But
I
it's
know,
a fact.
I know.
It just
It
is.
is. It just is.
I was talking to my brother recently, and he had gone. He took some guy to some golf thing, and this guy was like, "Yeah, I want to repay you because my brother paid for it." And he's like, "I want to take you to a Cardinals game." But, obviously they're in Arizona, so it was an Arizona Cardinals game. And the more I'm talking to my brother, I'm like, "Well, what is he?" He's like, "Yeah, he's got season tickets." I'm like, "Where?" He's like, "I don't know, but they're like $80 a ticket." And I'm like, $80 a ticket for a fucking
By the way,
NFL
you
game?
should
And
men-
I start, shut up, E. I start going through it. I'm sorry, this is your show.
I know, Jesus Christ. How dare you?
Shut up. I start going through, start Googling tickets for Arizona Cardinals game. And you can't get more in the
No.
rafters for $80 in
No.
an NFL game.
you can't
I'm like,
even see
"Gee,
the fucking Lions for
I'm like,
$80, let alone
you-
the Cardinals.
Exactly. I'm like, you have to get out of this, dude. The last place you want to be is at a Cardinals-Rams game in the fucking fourth level
Yeah.
in Glendale, Arizona.
Right.
And he got out of it. He was like, yeah, I can't.
Well,
Yeah.
plus you should mention the other aspect. Like you said, he was asking him like it was a payback, but he was making him pay for the ticket, even though
G had spent $500 to take this guy to this private golf thing, and then the guy's like, "Yeah, I want to take you to the Cardinals game," and
then
he tried to
charge you.
charge G $80 for the ticket. I was like, "Okay, dude, even worse." G's like, "I'm gonna pay for both tickets and just give them to him. I don't give a
Seriously,
shit."
yeah.
But why does he even have to pay for both tickets? Like, I thought he doesn't have
Because
season
he
tickets.
originally agreed to go, and then I talked him out of it. I was like, "Dude, that's the last place you want to be." He's like, "I know."
But doesn't the guy? Did you say the guy was just buying tickets, or he had season tickets?
I think he split them with someone.
Gotcha.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had a pair of tickets in the like, dude, really? You're buying season tickets in the fourth fucking tier?
See, that's the-
no offense.
That's
Again,
weird.
snobbiness
I know.
shining
I
through.
know.
But
I know.
That is the difference, I would say. I'm still like, maybe I know I have. Dude, I can't even put you've done, no offense to you, Amy, but even Mike, like I can't put myself on your level with how many things you've seen front row, yada yada.
Yeah.
I get it, but that is why I go to games. The atmosphere is the reason I like
Right.
yeah,
sports
you love
and
that
reality.
You
stuff.
love that,
You
yeah.
love
It's why
that
I went.
stuff.
It's why that game I went to see with my brother in Seattle. Like that was way bigger to
That'd
me.
be cool. I would have loved to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love going to out of town new
Yeah.
stadiums and stuff.
And
I
there's
do,
certain
I do like
atmosphere for sure, like stuff you haven't experienced before, but
Exactly.
it's like been to the Big House a million times.
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Tiger
been to I've been
Stadium.
Comerica, and that's why I stopped working for the Tigers. Was, it became a job,
Yeah.
and I love baseball, and I love going to Comerica, and I started to hate going to Comerica, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, fuck this.
I mean, I have
you
gotten.
know?
I will say, I've gotten better. I wouldn't say snobbish, but I have gotten more picky in the sense of like some of these teams suck now.
Yeah.
And I will say now, like if someone were to offer me, like I will. One thing I've been lucky is I've never sat in the upper level of LCA for anything I've done.
Yeah,
I've been in
I've
the
never
lower
even
level.
been up there. I don't think.
It's pretty cool up there.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks
Well,
really
haven't you
high
done the
up.
tour with Amanda or whatever?
No,
where she
I
takes
haven't
you
done
up?
it.
You should. It's very cool and going up there and seeing where the keyboard guy
yeah,
is
yeah,
and
yeah.
looking down. I mean,
I get it.
kind of. I wouldn't want to have
freaky.
season tickets up there, but it's
Right,
cool to
right.
go up there and walk
Yeah.
around a little bit.
But that's where I am with.
And they did that right. I mean, they've got some cool like
Yeah. Well, I
don't know
guess
if
it's
it's
kind of
sweet,
sweet up
but
there.
I'm sure. I'm sure, but it's like I will say like I haven't sat in the upper level there, and I will say like for Pistons, for example, right
Yeah.
now, I like going to games. As a kid, I would,
Yeah.
but like if you were to be like a Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and it's like last row at LCA, I do start, and for me, it's not even the game.
Yeah.
It's I think about that I'm gonna have to park, all that shit.
Yeah,
Park
you
and
hate
walk there, and then I'm
parking.
gonna. God, do I fucking hate parking? I'll still park at MGM and walk, but
The parking is like the only reason to get season tickets.
Yeah.
Like that is the best
Dude, your
part.
Tigers
Oh my
tickets
God.
parking
It's- oh my
is-
God.
You literally
Literally.
walk right in and
your
right
seat
down
is
to your
right
seat.
there. I
It's-
know. And
it's
our
the
Lions
greatest
tickets
thing
are
ever.
so annoying because where you walk in is not, or like where our parking is, and then the entrance you walk in is not anywhere near our seats. Like you
Yeah.
have to walk halfway around to
What
get
about
to
the
where
Pistons?
our seats are.
Do they
you
do?
probably have that parking structure. Doesn't
Oh
he
yeah,
have that
they have.
structure right
yeah,
there?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that I will say. So that I have gotten to that, but it's also because these teams are bad.
I know.
That's the thing. Like if the team was at all good, if a team was pushing for
Yeah, but
anything,
you tend to go to big events.
That's what I
Yeah,
like.
you
That's
do.
what I like.
Billy
Yeah.
Joel
Yeah.
at Comerica.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
to, a night game at the big house. Like
Right.
it's special.
No,
I'm going to see the Lions on Sunday.
Are you?
They play the Dolphins.
I know.
So
What do you think?
it's gonna be.
Do you want to give them up at all or no? Just kidding.
The thing is, I'll just watch them because I enjoy football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have and then when
Are
they're,
your seats good?
we've got like club level seats, so
Okay.
they're, but
Second
like
tier is that?
they're on the second
Are
tier.
you the
but
one? Did you give tickets away one time, or Kelly gave me tickets one time? I think you never gave me Lions tickets, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But they're kind of the same as the McKinney
Gotcha.
tickets. But like, yeah, so you've got your own like restaurants and bathrooms up there, which
bathrooms,
is nice.
huge.
That's big. Yeah.
Huge.
So yeah, I'm excited to go to the game.
Kelly, I heard someone
but
walking down here.
I'm more excited to see
dogs.
the Dolphins players, to be honest
Yeah,
with you,
yeah.
Tua and Hill and stuff like that. So.
I know
Yeah.
that. Oh, that was the ball.
Oh yeah, they got Hill, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
It could be a trap game for the
I know,
Dolphins.
I know. I
watch the Lions show up. It'd be
I know.
just like the Lions.
I know.
Done. I don't care
Like
anyway,
that's
but-
yeah,
I know,
you're
I
so
know.
right. But that's the thing. Like I don't have any expectations. When they do end up being good, I'll be there. I'll be super pumped.
Yeah.
Right.
But
No, I mean,
The Pistons are kind of making their way. That's
Yeah.
kind of exciting.
Yeah, for sure. We need a
the
team to be
Wings.
good.
The Wings are starting to make some waves. I know.
and that's what I would always do when I was buying those playoff tickets back. When you mentioned events, like I didn't have the money. So if I was gonna buy one, I would always risk like kind of high risk, high reward. Like you know what I mean? I'd buy like a
Yeah,
game
game
6
5
or
or
something,
yeah.
or whatever. Like I would
Yeah.
never buy game 1 or 2
Yeah.
or 3 or 4. It's like no, let me buy the one where
That's
if
a
it
level
happens,
of snobbery.
yeah,
up there.
when I worked for the Tigers, I told Rocky you can go to game 1 of the World Series or game 5 of the World Series, and he chose game 5.
I would have 100% done game
Is this
5.
the Giants
the
series.
Giants,
yeah.
yep.
Oh.
I would have 100% done game 5. You know what I'm saying though? The thought process.
Yeah.
Because the thought process is like game
Dude,
1.
all playoff baseball games are like you're hanging on every pitch.
Yeah.
Like if you care about the teams involved,
I get it.
It's different.
Different.
It's 1,000% different than regular season baseball.
Yeah, and I'll never forget. Do you remember game 163?
Yeah.
When they finished tied with the Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then they
yeah.
had to play a 1-game
In-
playoff
in
in
Minnesota, yeah.
I mean, I just remember I was pacing. I was like,
every pitch mattered.
Yeah, it
where
was-
you go to a midsummer baseball game at Comerica. It's
Yeah.
like you're there for the sunshine,
I don't give a fuck,
your buddies, a beer, cold
Yeah, you don't
beer.
care what's going on in the
Yeah,
game.
it doesn't matter because there's
Yeah.
161 other games.
Yeah.
But playoffs,
The thing I like when Miggy was chasing 500 and I was going down there a lot at
Yeah.
the beginning of the season. That was where everyone was every at bat with Miggy.
the whole
It
place
was
is standing
the whole
up.
place was standing up and just looking at
And
him,
recording.
and recording. Of
Did
course.
you think about going to Toronto?
No, I didn't. No, it wasn't that important to me, but I would have liked to. No, wait, I was there. No, wait.
No, you weren't.
No, what was I there for?
You were there for the 3,000 hit.
That's what I was. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
Comerica.
was there for that. Yes, I was there for that. And yeah, 500 happened last year.
Yeah.
In
In Toronto. It definitely happened in Toronto. He's
on
right
the
about
road
it
in
happened on
Toronto. Yeah,
Toronto.
and then 3,000 came.
'Cause I was-
that's
I
what
was
Yeah,
was
because he had
watching.
like a week or two at home, and it was like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yes.
It was like, I want to go Friday. I want to go Saturday.
Yup,
And,
yup.
if I go Friday and he doesn't do it, I'm going
Yes.
Saturday. Like
Fucking Schultz and I were
everybody.
at a Saturday game that was basically sold out. It was like 38,000
Did you guys see
or
any
something.
warning track shots where you're like,
There was one game that I was at. That was
yes, that center field one, right?
the center field one. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Look,
Yeah.
by the way, when you mentioned that 163, when I took a tour of Minnesota's baseball stadium,
Yes.
and when the dude took me into the fucking press box, it's just part of the tour. He's like, they have all these
God.
things on the wall
Yeah.
of like whatever,
Moments.
literally his first fucking thing. And so I had him take a picture of me, like fucking 163, dude,
yeah.
like fucking newspaper article from 163. I was just
I
like, are
remember
you
that
fucking
so
kidding me?
vividly.
So I had him take a picture of me just being triggered by it, of course.
Triggered.
but-
Wait, I thought did the Tigers lose that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like
They
11
did.
innings or something like
Yeah.
that. 11 or 12 innings, or I don't
It's a
remember.
good picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess the point is, this all started because I was just talking about the idea of the blue out. You guys, everyone disagrees with me. Everyone thinks
you're
that more
wrong.
people have blue than
It's
maize.
been decided.
I think
Maze would be more impressive, but I don't. But blue, most people.
I
wear
don't
blue
think it
on
will look good. By the way,
Well,
Whether
no,
we're-
not at
Well,
night.
no. It'll
That's
be
the other
fine.
thing. It's at night. If
Yeah.
you've done it,
But I mean, you're under the lights, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it, and I don't like it
Who
because also.
cares? It's the football game that matters. Michigan State, another trap game.
Don't you know this whole 25 minutes is talking about how all I care about is my emotion of the game. Like I don't really need that other part.
What
but-
is next on the list?
Okay, so I've decided I've had this big back and forth, Mike, with what I'm going to do with my hair.
With your hair.
Oh, boy.
With cutting my hair, I was going to dye my
Mohawk.
hair, yada yada yada. So here's what I came down to because Amy had a friend. Her friend doesn't do
Crazy colors anymore.
hair colors anymore. I don't want to spend crazy money, and there's the other reason. This is what I came up the conclusion of.
Mama, it's okay.
Here's what I think I'm going to do, Amy.
Okay,
It's
tell
like,
me.
I thought about this. I'm going to, after this is all over, in the end, I haven't started talking about this yet because it's pretty brand new, but I think I'm going to move in with my buddy Chubbs. He has a house in kind of Union Lake, Wall Lake area.
Like sharing a bed move-in?
Yeah, we're going to, one bedroom house. It'll be nice.
Nice. Good for
I mean,
you.
he's got a king, but, no.
California king.
No, he's got a decent little house where he's got a basement room, whatever. So I think I'm going to move in with him after this is all over. And the winter, when I'm going on this trip, if I'm going to dye my hair purple and spend this money, I'm going to be wearing fucking hats and hoodies. And I felt like it wasn't going to pop as much as I would want it to pop.
So you're delaying the
I'm
hair.
delaying it, and I have an absolute theme in mind. Like I know when I'm going to get it colored because I don't want to do it in the winter in Michigan either.
Okay.
I started thinking more and more about it. I don't
Got
wear my
it.
hat, and I'm always wearing hats in the winter, hoodies
So in spring.
in the spring, and I have a definite theme that's it's gonna come out for. But whatever, I'm gonna do it pink and purple in the spring.
Okay.
And then I thought about cutting it into a mohawk because my hair is really long at this point.
You should do it in June.
I'm gonna do it in May.
Oh.
Why does it matter if it's May or June?
Why?
Well,
why,
I think
why-
June is Gay Pride Month.
Oh,
so
that's
if he's
right.
Gonna
Yeah.
have
Well, if I
It's
do it
gotta
in
be
May, it'll
rainbow.
probably still be lingering around in June. I guess I don't know how hair dye works.
Sure it will be.
But anyway, so then I thought about doing a mohawk with it because I've always liked mohawks. I've been
Keep
listening to a lot of
showing me
Blink
this piece of
lately.
paper.
What if he did like a beard mohawk that went all the way up to his hair? It'd be kind of cool, right?
That would be cool, actually. I think it'd be obnoxious.
A
so
whole
obnoxious.
head mohawk.
Whole head mohawk with pink and do pink and purple.
Now
in your
this kind of
fucking
bugs.
beard.
I might have to do that after this because here's what I came to the conclusion of, dude. I don't mind keeping the beard. The hair is fucking bugging me.
Yeah.
It's bugging me so much. I don't want to do the dye because I don't think it will be worth it for that situation. And even the mohawk, same thing to me. It's like it's kind of this weird. So what I've decided is I'm honestly just gonna for easiness. I'm just gonna get it cut basically normal. I'm just gonna.
Pete, that was the most anticlimactic thing
I know.
ever.
I know.
All this buildup for you
I
to
know.
tell me that you're cutting your hair back to normal?
I know.
Yeah, why would
That's
you do
the
that?
fucking
That's dumb.
plan?
Yeah. That's the plan.
That's a shit plan.
So after you go back to normal, you'll do the whole head mohawk?
No, I mean, sure, I can.
Why
I
wouldn't you
guess.
do the whole head
Yeah,
mohawk first?
exactly.
Here's the dude. You know what, dude? When I'm out by
Wait,
myself,
I wholly object to the
Yeah,
fact
so do
that
I.
you built this up for the last 120 seconds to tell
I
me.
mean, actually, it's been a few months.
that-
Talking about what I'm going to do with my hair.
Yep, and I've decided that I'm gonna just cut
Cut
it
it
back to
normal.
normal.
I don't want to fuck. Here's the reason I don't want to do anything like.
So you're not
that.
dyeing it, and you're not until the
Here's the
spring.
reason I don't. I actually love the idea of the face mohawk. I really do.
It's great.
Now that I've just heard it, but the problem is I don't want to fuck. I'm doing these things where I'm staying at hostels. I don't mind it.
why would they care? They'll be
It'd be
fine with
weird
it. They're
to
probably
me.
going
I
to
don't
have
like-
it.
I don't
Can't
like
wait
it.
to see the clientele at the hostels. that
Right,
You're worried
right.
about their judgment.
No,
Yeah,
I
their
don't like
suit
the
and ties
idea.
are going to throw you off.
I don't like the idea of doing fucking these comedy things like that gimmicky. It's so weird. I wouldn't like it
Okay.
personally. It'd be very uncomfortable
So,
to be
but
by myself.
when you come home to dye your hair in
Yeah.
the spring, you could do it then.
I could do it then. I'm for
and
it.
so you're saying you're cutting your hair normal before you leave for the road.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it fucking normal. I
Like,
think.
what's normal? What's your
Just a
definition?
haircut.
And the
guess.
beard you're cutting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like whatever just a generic guy
I think
haircut.
it's a terrible idea.
I know, but
terrible
this
idea.
hair is bugging me
It's
so much.
unique, man. It's you.
You should
I
get
think you're wrong.
Like dreads,
Maybe I won't. Okay.
Don't do that.
or like
Maybe I won't
cornrows.
cut it. Maybe I can hold it. I really don't. What'd you say?
Like cornrows. Yeah, like
Don't
what I got when
culturally
I was.
appropriate shit.
That's what I got them when I was in Mexico, and I was really nervous as someone was gonna
Really?
be like, they braid hair while you're on the beach or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got like and so I didn't have to do my hair the whole week, but yeah.
Did you do beads?
Did I have beads? No, I did not have beads.
No.
I just the problem is
I think it looks good. I like your hair.
It's
He
just
looks
it's
like one of those Amish people when he has
it's
the
really
curls.
unless I could just maybe just cut this. If
Why
I could
can't you just gel it back?
Give
a
me
little
some
bit?
scissors right there, and I'll fucking cut those little things off.
Okay, you want to do that?
For real?
Yeah,
in my house.
You want to do that, right? Because that seems crazy enough. That seems ridiculous.
All right, let's go.
The problem is, here's the problem with this hair. It just I just whenever I do anything, I'm like I can't get it out
Sides missing.
of my fucking head. And so if I drive with the fucking window down like I like to, it keeps going in my hair. And when I do this, it's like it's a fucking comb over.
Yeah.
So many problems.
Maybe I just won't cut it. Maybe I won't cut it, but I'm not going to do anything.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't know still. Now I'm still fucking on the
Think
fence.
about it. I would wait. I would just color it now. Why wouldn't you just mohawk it and color it now?
Well, he doesn't
I
want to
don't-
color it now because he's going to be wearing hats in the
wearing
winter.
hats and hoodies all winter. I'm not fucking. I don't. You know what? It really, honestly, it came down. I don't want to do this. I want to look. I don't want to fucking look like a weirdo.
I would try to put it up in like a bun. I feel you
Yeah.
have enough hair to have a man bun, which would be
does.
like
Probably-
super, like
I don't wanna
gay
do that.
trendy.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck
I don't know. A lot of it does come down to like I don't want to do that. I don't want to be at these fucking places and have this weird facial hair thing. I don't mind this because at least technically people can have long hair and a beard. But
Chicks love dudes with man buns.
that's a little different. I'm talking about the idea of doing something
the
crazy
face
with it, doing
mohawk.
something crazy like face mohawk. I just don't want to be that. I don't want to be.
I love how you just made up a face mohawk.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
Is that a
thing.
real? I don't know if it's a real thing.
It is now.
It is now. Yeah.
I just don't want that. I don't want
got
to be
it.
going to gas station every place I go. It's just too much for me. It's too much to do to comedy like that. I don't know. But
right.
maybe I'll not cut it so I could do the face mohawk
Hell
when
yeah.
I'm back.
I have got to tell you something so funny. I was listening to, this is totally unrelated, but you know how you and I talk about our awkwardness when we're out walking or running and stuff,
Yeah.
and how you say that if you see someone driving near you or walking near
Right.
you, you will run
Right.
until they're out of sight because you don't
Only if I
want them.
started running while they saw me.
Right.
That's the key. Like
Right.
if they saw me running, I
Yes.
have to keep running.
So I was listening to Steven Crowder's show, and they somehow were talking about when they see skinny people running.
Yeah.
When he sees skinny people running, and then like if he sees them walking and then running again, he'll roll down the window and like yell out how they're a fake and like. And I was like, holy shit, that's hilarious.
See?
'Cause
That's
you
my
and I are
nightmare.
like, no one's paying attention to us on the road, and now
here
people
Steven
are.
Crowder is
Steven
driving
Crowder
around
is.
yelling at people.
Yeah.
And that'd be my nightmare. That somebody, weirdly enough, would be like, that guy was running and now he's walking and he's not really
I don't
in
understand
shape.
what's wrong with that. When I would.
Oh,
run,
there's
when I
nothing
could
wrong
run, I
with
would
it.
run
That's
and
that's
walk
how I
and-
do it, and that's how he does it too. But he doesn't like to.
Actually, I would say at this stage, too, if you really look into it, a mix between running and
Yeah.
walking is actually good for you because it kind of gets your heart rate going up. Then you slow down a little bit, then go. It's actually not a bad workout.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tempo run essentially.
Yeah.
What people would sometimes anyway.
And speaking of Crowder, I saw Landau. Landau's son goes to the same school as my niece,
Okay.
and so I was at this little play at their church yesterday, and I saw Landau's son there, and he's just like. Because I've heard Landau like tell stories about him and like how he's got, you can tell he has his hair cut for a mohawk, but he's in this Christian school,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so he can't. So it's just like an unstyled mohawk, but you can tell that like
I always
that's
like that.
there.
I like
Yeah,
that look personally.
yeah.
Like I always.
And I was gonna take a picture of him and send it to him, and then I was like, I no, that's going to look really weird. Me taking a picture
Picture
of
of his
somebody
kid.
else's kid. No, I'll pass.
I think I
Yeah.
flip-flopped again. I got to be honest. You're right. You sold me on the fact that I'm not going to do anything crazy with it,
Okay.
but I'm not going to cut it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
We
going to
can-
leave it.
Yeah.
What else you got on your list?
Okay. So Amy's been on me about this recently, and I'm giving into it. I did an open mic last night, and it was fine. I had a few things up front that were fine, and for the second time in like the last month, I kind of got to the end and thought this is where I'll be done, and I just blanked on I'm like, oh, I have more time. I could do another joke, and I'm just like,
He doesn't bring up notes.
I don't bring up notes
Yeah.
or anything when I do it. I never have.
So when I saw him in Chicago, is the only time I've seen him like on this trip or whatever. And I see these other people bringing up notes, and so I said to him, I was like, "Do you bring up notes?" And he's like, "No, I don't. Bring up notes."
I've
And so I
always
was like,
tried.
"Oh, okay."
I get
He
it.
gets up and he fucking blanks, and he
Really?
forgets the last like part of his set.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And so
Which is rare. Has been rare for me.
I mean, he was in a full
He was
stew.
mad at
He was
himself,
in a
yeah.
full stew. Like
Full
he
stew. Potatoes, carrots,
booked
the whole
out of there like fuck,
Like,
you
dude, I
know.
got off the
He
stage.
was so mad.
Does that happen often?
No, it hasn't.
happened last night.
It happened.
Yeah, last night in Chicago.
Yeah, it happened last night. So it's
So what? So wait,
It's
you
been very rare.
didn't black out halfway through a joke. You got through a
no,
joke.
no.
and then-
Actually, last night what I did is I have started writing the jokes I wanted to tell on my phone and put them on a notepad. And
Yeah.
and last night I just got them. I went through everything too fast for whatever reason, and I just was sitting there and I don't know. I was so mad at myself. I couldn't.
Couldn't think of anything
I
else.
just didn't think of anything I wanted to say.
So what'd you do?
So, good night.
Well, here's what actually happened.
Hello, everybody. Good night.
I looked down at my thing and I was at 4.5 minutes about, and I had 7 minutes, and that's
Oh, no.
dude,
Oh,
2.5 extra
boy.
minutes, dude. I've never had that problem. I know, and I started kind of trying to tell a story, and it was a story of that weird hotel guy we had that like had berated us for how many times we'd been walking in and out.
Yeah.
But the problem was I never really figured a way how to tell it the first time, and for some reason I decided I was going to start telling it.
Sure.
And it was going terribly, very terribly. And I was like in mid-sentence, I'm like, yeah, never mind. And I just walked off. Like,
That's almost funnier.
you know
Someone
what?
did that at the show that I went to when I saw you. I feel like he was just like, all right, never mind, I'm done.
Here, this is painful, but I can play the audio, but it sounded like, I mean, this
sweet.
will be very painful, but
All right.
I'll cut it to about, here, let's see, I'll get it to about
The last couple minutes.
Yeah, no, here. Someone else was asking her, where's the clock down? Oh shit. Okay.
Ask him where the clock is.
No, I used to love it, dude. This guy, for real. I wish more open mics did this. This one, he used to have a clock, and it would just count up. And because, like, that way, I used to not do notes. So
Did they give you
honestly-
lights?
Yeah, they can do lights, but it really is dope to me to have, like, an actual clock sitting there. When you only got 5-7 minutes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And
I'm
You're
looking at the
used to
clock
it.
behind
Yeah,
you. I
right,
get it,
right,
dude.
right.
I
no,
get
when you
it.
have when you only have 5 to 7 minutes,
Yeah.
honestly, then it is. I will more. I got used to it anyway. So I'm asking about, but here we go. So here, let me.
I can't. There's no way I'm pleasing the girl by myself. So I need really more of a team.
That was terrible. Terrible.
So a poster or anything. Even though that's what I had. So
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I didn't
team
pre.
photo. We high fived the guys when we were done. I'm like, yeah, we did it.
All right, this is after my gangbang joke. This is a good place.
We did it, guys. Oh my God! Everyone else was asking her, "Where's the clock down at Damn It Tom? I like the clock." 4 minutes and 20 seconons. Holy shit!
This is an abortion.
Yeah,
Shut
it
up.
is. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep talking, even though that's what I had. So, and I've been traveling around the country a little bit, and I don't know if you've ever been in a hotel before where you got reprimanded for how many times you were walking in and out of the hotel, but that was interesting. I was at a Super 8, I don't remember where it was. I say a lot of Super 8s, guys. Yeah, you know, look at me. So, I was sitting at a Super 8, and this guy was yelling at my one friend because he was outside, and he's like, on the phone, he's like, is everything okay? Is everything okay? My friend's like, I'm just on the phone, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know why I'm telling this story. So anyway, I'm going to be done with that. That's not okay. Thank you.
That's where it ended.
And you got the biggest laugh of the night.
I know, right? No, the comics loved it. I mean, because the comics are fucking comics.
Oh my god.
Oh, easy.
No, so here's my thing. I really, really want to get better at this. And I think that during COVID, I stopped writing because I wasn't going to open mics anymore. I just would do things on my phone and thought that was good enough. And not just even bringing up notes on saying, like, I'm going to start, for one, bringing up, like, 10 fucking jokes up on write it on a piece of paper, go have the first, like, 6 of, like, this is what you assume you're going to do, and have some extra fucking ones there.
Yep.
And the other thing is I'm going to start writing jokes down again, like, not just on my phone, not just kind of. Like
You should write next to those jokes like how long they are too. 2.5 minutes, 5 minutes, so that you know if you get like, I've got 2 minutes left on stage.
Yeah.
I have a choice of these 3
That's
things.
that's a good idea. I did used to do that in general with when I would write down jokes in my notebook. I used to kind of say to myself, these are about, because I used to do them in the car all the time. I practiced more when I think back to it. I used to drive in the car.
Yeah.
And fucking practice telling the stories or jokes.
I think the thing you have to be careful of when you write jokes. Who the fuck am I? I don't know anything. But like, you know, I know that I'm this way. Like if I write out speeches or something, when I write it, like I get so wedded to what it says that when I'm there doing it, I'm like so focused that I have to say it exactly like it is.
I'll never do that. I'll never do that. But I'm just thinking in my mind. It hit me last night. I was driving home. I really was upset by that because I had an okay first few minutes. I kind of riffed off some stuff before, and I just was like, dude, I really do want to significantly get better at this. And I had times on the road where I was pretty good. But my point is more that if I start going back to having the notebook and writing the ideas down, I think it will just help me
for sure
because I used to do that all the time. And I only stopped because I wasn't going to open mics during COVID and shit like that. So I just write them kind of down on my phone for Facebook. And I think that I just last night when I was driving, I'm like, no, dude, this got to get better. It has to get better than this. I don't want to be up there again and have like, oh, where am I? Well, what joke should I like? Fucking have something ready to go.
Yeah.
And now, to be honest with you, I haven't been able to do 7 minutes in a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. I feel like
a lot of these open mics have been 5 minutes, which I actually think was better. It was getting me because back in the day I used to do a lot of 7 to 10 minute places. Everywhere on the road was almost 5 minutes, and I actually think it was better for me because it was getting me used to trying to get going faster. And this time, I mean, honestly, I'm shocked that what I had down went by that fast.
Yeah.
Even for me. Like, I really looked down and went, holy fuck, that was only, you were going too fast.
You are a fast talker.
I know. So anyway, I guess that's kind of, I don't know if you have to get going. I only had one other thing on here. So I don't know. What I had, I was going to possibly do this day in Big E history on my Facebook. But the other thing I was going to throw out to people that listen to this is I got 5.5, leave next Thursday morning. I got 5.5 weeks-ish on the road. Within reason, there are a decent, I don't have, the people that do listen tend to listen to every episode. I appreciate it. The number is what it is, but those people are very into it. They listen to every time. And I wanted to know what could I do differently? I'm like in a serious way on this next trip. Like what would people want? I don't know, I'm not talking about bits, but like this last time I kind of did a few like in the day in the life of where I kind of filmed like, okay, I woke up and now.
What kind of content would you like
That's
to see?
what I'm saying. Like,
Eric?
is there something that specifically to people that listen to this for 5 minutes? There's a lot of people that have given money and have been really supportive. And if there is something for them that they'd want me out of this last 5.5 weeks,
would you eat your hat if someone said that?
No, I won't eat my hat. But I can put where I'm going. I can put on my Facebook. I have the exact dates of all the cities I'm going to be. I just
right.
that's it's
Homework
a general
assignment.
It's a general thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there something out there that people? I don't know what that means. By the way,
right.
did they like that I did?
How are they going to know what that means? They're like, if you don't know what it means.
Well, I just mean.
Aren't most people going to go? Isn't it your job to come up with content and entertain us?
I don't mean it like. I guess I don't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The people are paying me to do this. What entertains you? I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Pulling your dick out.
Yeah.
Eating your hat.
I feel really
Eating your hat.
stupid about this topic
Hey,
now, but
E,
it's fine.
update on your sister.
God, dude, that is
Ready to
titties
burst?
Huge titties.
Oh, wait a
probably
second.
right now.
Hang on.
What?
What if?
What if?
And I'm.
Tomorrow? Are you talking about tomorrow?
Yeah.
He ate the baby.
We haven't told my dad yet that he's going, and because my mom was like doesn't want to give him. She doesn't want to make him feel. So we're like waiting even till tomorrow to be like.
So would you still go to the game?
Wait, what the
I'd
hell are
still
you
go.
talking about?
If she were to have the kid tomorrow.
Because she's
tomorrow
like
night.
super close. To
Oh,
it.
I know.
Oh, it could
Yeah.
literally be any side. I mean, it could be. It's
Be
funny.
happening right now.
my sister.
Would you still go to the game?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
You don't give a shit about her being pregnant.
I definitely do.
Well,
no,
and
I definitely
but
do.
you could. Well, I'll just see the baby the next day.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
I'll see it on Sunday. I mean, I think a dad's a little different than a brother.
yeah,
or
their
you
first
know.
grandkid.
I
Type
mean,
of thing. Yeah.
And my mom's not even worried. My mom never even considered, like, she's only worded it like, would you be able to find someone else to go? Because we bought the tickets. My mom's
Yeah.
not gonna. It's more like dad. Like,
Will your mom be in the room with your sister?
I don't know, like how it. You know what? They were describing it. We were over at their house the other day, and they were describing it. Especially, they've left a lot of stuff in from COVID still, so I
Yeah.
don't know what it was like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But they were talking to her like, it's not like on TV where 8 people are sitting.
Oh no,
in the
they're
fucking,
very strict about it. I mean, most
Yeah.
places are like you can have the dad and one other person.
Yeah, so
That's it.
I think that they would maybe be in there, but I don't know about Mark's mom and dad either. I don't know what the
think
situation.
your
Why
dad
would
would
mom
be?
and dads be in there? Looking
Moms
at that,
would
blown
be.
out vagina.
Moms.
Well, I don't-
I mean, they're more up, for support. and
You
all
asked
that
me.
sort
I
of
don't
thing.
know, man.
No. I know. I'm just saying. I think it's more traditional for moms to be in there.
Are you filming it?
I don't.
someone
I'm
not
certainly
you?
not. But no,
I know. But is someone? Don't they? Do people still?
I'll
do
tell
that?
you, I've been in the room for a birth, and
Have you
it
really?
was my cousin's baby. She was like, at the time,
I was curious. What was the reason that you were in the?
because it was her second kid, and she was like, there's not like a limit on how many people can be in there, and she's just, I mean, her and I are close, and so she's like, if you want to come up there, and so, I'm just kind of like in the back, like I'm not trying to be involved in, I'm just there, like
Yeah.
kind of just
You weren't
observing.
holding hands and
Y-
saying push and
exactly.
breathe.
And then the doctor's like, get up here, and I'm like, no, I'm good,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah.
no, get up here, and I was like, okay, and so I was like, oh my God, that is what happens. And what I wasn't expecting was,
So he had you see like.
oh yeah, I saw the
Oh,
baby
boy.
coming out.
Oh, shit.
Saw the baby coming out.
No,
and,
thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what I wasn't expecting is that after the baby comes out, you basically have like another birth where
Yeah.
the
Afterbirth.
placenta comes out. And it's this whole like bloody, organy thing that just, and I was like, is she okay? Like, what? Someone fucking. That's not normal. And they're like, no, it's part of it. And I was like, no one has ever told me about that part. Like,
think I only
that's
found out-
We've
very
heard
disturbing.
about the afterbirth.
It's
You've heard that
fucking gross.
term.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't realize that. Like, I thought the placenta came out with the baby, but it's like this whole other, basically birth. You have to push it out.
Ugh. Yeah.
I-
hard
C-section
pass.
me all day, baby.
Hard pass.
I think I never heard about it. I think Jay is the one because Jay was at one point for some reason was talking about child labor and he was talking about that. I think he's the one who mentioned that. Where I was like, "What are you talking about?"
And your sister's having a girl, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I will say the funny
Well,
thing.
will you update me when she does have it?
I will. The funny thing about that is I've never, when you say that, like, has she, how close it is, like, I've never had anything, I think, in my life where an update was like, so, like, like I was actually waiting on something.
yeah.
And yesterday I was driving around and I had like this Snapchat message coming from Lauren. I'm like,
Oh,
is she
shit.
telling me? She's
Yeah.
like, I legit was like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah,
is this? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, it was something
Was
else.
it a Snapchat of her legs up in stirrup?
Right. Well, that's what I was it was something with her. They were having some guy, and it doesn't matter. It was about her cat. But I was like, I messaged her back. I'm like, I thought you were about to tell me on Snapchat that you're having a baby. Like,
And her actual due date is Halloween.
Halloween.
is Monday. Yeah.
Monday.
They
Okay.
have. I guess
That'd be a fun birthday to have.
Yeah, that's Drew's.
Drew's, yeah.
Yeah, Drew's
They've
birthday.
talked about. She's at the point where I
Inducing.
guess that if it doesn't happen Monday, because she's also like she's
Yeah.
been really like I think she's
Baby's
even
running
had
out of room.
Right. I think she had some close where
Yeah.
she almost thought she was there.
Yeah.
So I think she went to a thing like yesterday or something because you were talking on the phone. Like if it gets to Tuesday,
They'll induce her.
they're going to decide. To
Yeah.
do it.
Really that fast
It's not good generally
to overcook it?
like if the baby hasn't come out, you generally want to take it out. Because
Really,
it's,
I
it's
thought
kind of
people could
dangerous
be
to
late
keep
a
it in.
couple weeks, or I mean,
I
not
feel
that,
like-
not that I know much.
Yeah,
I know.
I
I
feel
thought
like
before in the
that's-
past that it was kind of like that was the date and it was like give her it would take a week. Like I never.
Yeah.
But it
I
could
think
be.
it just depends.
I was gonna say
but-
it could be an individual basis where she's like her doctor's telling her
Yeah.
like no this
and
is
it
like,
depends on like the baby's heart rate and her heart rate and all that shit.
it was
She's
funny,
got
like, when I w-
diabetes or whatever.
Yeah, when I was over there, I was asking. It's so weird to me that it is my sit. Like, even knowing she's been pregnant has been like one thing, but then like seeing her and then getting this close, I was like, dude, do you like realize that by this time next week,
You're gonna be
have
a-
another human
Yes.
just moving around here,
So weird.
like in
That
this
you
house.
grew in your belly.
right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's
So crazy.
fucking wild. All right.
All right.
Sounds good, I guess. Amy, I'm not sure what we'll do next week because I'm leaving Thursday morning, so I don't know if there's a day that works for you.
Yeah, and I've got to go to Chicago Wednesday and Thursday. I think.
Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what we'll do. I was considering not doing one in a way because I don't know what much more I would talk about at that point. So we'll
Play it by ear.
play it by ear.
All
But hey, everyone can still go and donate to my Venmo. I appreciate it. They keep coming in, which really I mean a lot. Obviously, the hat and shirt, purple hat or purple shirt with the logo on it, koozie with the pink koozie, 25 for a hat, 10 for the koozie, 30 for both. Just message me on Facebook.
I'll tell you what.
Or text me.
I'll buy 5 of the combos.
Okay.
Okay. So like koozie hat combos, 5
Gotcha.
of them for me,
Okay.
but not for me. And you can keep them and like give them out as like giveaways or something.
Oh, yeah.
Do
That's a great
something
How
idea.
that way.
generous of my wealthy benefactor.
She's so
Amy.
generous.
Someone
She's so
pointed
sweet.
out, Mike, that maybe the next part of the tour has to go. I have to go to other continents now.
Yes.
And Amy,
And I have
you're
to
gonna
fund it.
have to pick up that load. I guess I don't know what to tell you.
How about you fund TDC podcast
Yeah,
a little
right,
bit before
right,
you worry
right.
about this?
I've done
We
the
were
TDC
talking in the group chat today because we have we have the most exclusive TDC friends group chat.
Yeah?
Do you know
No.
Oh, well, it's very limited of who can be in it.
Oh, okay.
And we
Yeah.
so like
I'm not even in it.
No, you're not. I
Well,
mean,
you're being talked about, so you can't. No.
exactly. So
I'm not in it, by the
we
way,
were
so.
just randomly talking today about because Elon Musk has just been responding to people like crazy on Twitter, and
Really?
and so Travis said, Amy, which podcast would you plug if Elon Musk responded to you and you just gained like all these followers? Like out of
Well,
all
it
the
happened.
podcasts that you've been on, which one would you plug? And I was
Yeah.
like, well, TDC, that's a no-brainer.
Oh wow!
Come on.
And
I thought you would.
me.
No, not me. I thought
Don't
you would have
leave me
gone with
hanging.
Heroin Has. Honestly.
well,
Bullshit.
I mean, I would do as many
She's
as I
actually
can,
on there.
but I mean, I am every once in a while. But I just feel like in terms of
Loyalty.
and the way it aligns with my viewpoints is that's
Yeah.
just the more.
That's
So,
awesome.
I got your back
Thank
if you ever.
Thank you. I appreciate that
reaches
more
out.
than you know. For real.
I like I said, I never would have expected mine.
And I
would've
love the
thought- I would've
idea that
thought-
there's this exclusive group that I don't even know about.
Yes.
name.
It's
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember
Well,
the name.
the
Don't
ri-
tell me the
Oh, okay.
name because there's a name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
don't
is a
even
name.
want to know. I don't even want to
Okay.
know. But
It's the rich and the peasants.
That's it. Damn it.
Because it's me and Dan, and then the bullies and Kelly.
Lifestyles
Okay.
of
So
and
the rich,
famous.
and then Dan and I are the peasants. But we
didn't,
also.
didn't Friends do an episode of this? Where it was like half the group is rich and
Oh,
half
really?
the group is
Oh,
poor.
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
watch
And then
what
Friends
they
did-
wanted to go to
religiously.
dinner, but their
Oh,
core
yeah.
group had to be like, "Look, man,
It was
we
early
can't
on.
afford to go out with you guys." And
Like Kelly and Travis will be talking about their fancy cars, and Dan and
Yeah.
I are like, "How's your Ford doing?"
No, Mike's right. There was an early on episode where like Joey, Phoebe, and Rachel were like they were
didn't
going
have
out
money.
for Monica's birthday, and they're
Yeah.
like, I don't think they realize how little money we have. Like
Yeah.
they're talking about going to the
and
concert.
then they wanted to just pay for it, and it was like, "No, we don't feel comfortable having you pay for everything." Like,
Well, the funniest part to me was when they wanted to, they're trying to split the check, and they're all at this fancy
yeah,
restaurant.
and
and
Joey's like, "I had a fucking salad,
right,
bowl
right.
of soup, and you're charging me $40."
yeah. That's what it's like. There you go.
Well, Troy and I have been talking about doing some sort of get together,
Oh, yeah.
like a TDC thing, and it terrifies me
Why?
because I bailed on everybody for a year and a half.
Oh,
and
stop
my
it.
worst fear, my absolute worst fear, is going. Yeah, we're gonna have a get together at whether it's the place we were at last night.
That would be a
or-
perfect place.
Yeah, and they're totally open
Yeah.
to it, or if it's at Twin Peaks or something, and fucking 10 people show up. Like that's
Do
my
10 people
nightmare.
listen to the episode?
I don't know. I have no idea how many people listen, but it's
I think more than 10 people.
I
I
think
mean,
so,
our
too.
exclusive friends group would be there,
yeah.
and so
I need to get Angie Blore.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
for
you do.
sure,
She's
for sure.
become
She seems like the
an event planner.
Yeah,
the
she
event,
definitely
the
is.
eventress
Is
So-
also very taxing. And I don't think people. She finally realized through doing the stuff that she's done with Drew's thing, and
Oh,
trying to set
yeah.
up some events. Dude, she realizes now. Like what it's like to set
Well,
these
that's
things
an-
up. The
yeah.
amount of
Yeah,
people
it's
that
a pain in the
bitch
ass.
about
Yeah.
where it is,
What
day
time.
it
Everyone-
is.
everyone's got a
Oh
fucking
well,
opinion.
I have tickets to a concert that night.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
well,
Guess
you
you
do,
can't
do you?
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It always has been, but
well,
we've been really
people would
fortunate.
show up, Mike.
We've been very fortunate that people have always showed up, and the numbers have always been great. But that being said, being gone for as long as I was, and it feels like
We'll
you
just
abandoned
tell everybody
everybody.
that they can like kick you in the nuts or something.
Oh,
Like
okay.
one free like, and then you can have Harvey Weinstein nuts like
there you
on
go.
your thigh.
Big, giant fucking yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
Gross.
grim.
All
right.
That's it. I'll maybe
Thank
see you
you
next
for
week.
having
Maybe.
me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Are you coming to do the show next week?
Yeah.
A couple days?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
good.
am. I'm just not totally sure what I'm going to do with this next week because it's a weird week. So we'll see. I'll either do one
Well,
next
the
week or on
studio
the
is
road.
available to you, E, whenever you want to do
Maybe I'll just pop. What I might do, honestly, is Amy talking about she's going to be out of town, and I don't know what's going on with my sister too. Like legit, like if she had her kid or some shit, I might just do something where I just kind of do 5 or 10 minutes or something of just kind of like, okay, here's what the plan is, and
Yeah.
yada yada. So
Well,
we'll see.
sincerely wish Lauren the best of luck. And,
Yes,
and,
for sure. Keep us posted.
Yeah, that's very exciting. It's very cool.
I am excited. I actually am
It's
excited.
awesome.
by
It's
the
going
way.
to change your life
It's
a lot
awesome.
too.
Being an
so.
being an aunt and
I don't want to have a
It's the
kid.
best.
I'm glad she's having a kid.
Yeah,
it's the
great.
best because you can play with them and then give them back.
Exactly.
Bye.
Exactly. All right.
Yep.
See ya. Bye.
Yep.